It's going to be a great show. Thank you for joining me. Just getting ready. Waiting for the cue from our show's producer. Copy that algorithm. Kia ora, my friends. I'm Benny. And I'm here in the garden for yet another cold open. This is the cold open of MML 80, the 80th consecutive episode of the longest running social media show in the history of the world and the greatest achievement in the history of this kind of thing. I'm going to continue the tradition that we've been running for several months now, and that is to sample here, live, for the first time, something that I got from the Marlborough Farmers Market. And today it's the turn of Hogarth chocolate. This is buttered toast and sea salt flavour, 48% cocoa. We sell this at the Marlborough Farmers Market. I've tried a different flavour. I tried one a while back. It was a darker chocolate. This is a lighter chocolate. Beautiful packaging. It says Hogarth handmade chocolate makers. Beautiful gold packaging. Now, just going to have a wee look-see. Oh, look at that, eh? Look at that. Let's try a little bit right now. It's an interesting flavour. It almost doesn't taste chocolatey. Call it buttered toast and sea salt. Just a sort of aftertaste of toast and sea salt. Very nice. Very, very nice. You know what else is nice? It's nice to have you here in the garden. And it's nice to be able to say, welcome to Monday Morning Live. Where as always, we'll spread love and give flowers to anyone who joins us live. Like Brett Summer. Shout out to you, Brett. Thanks for watching, my friend. Good morning to you in Australia. A global audience tuning in for Monday Morning Live today. Nice hot day here in Marlborough, and I hope it is nice and warm and sunny wherever you are. Let's get back to the intro. We'll take a look back at the week that was. Fairly eventful week, as they all are at this time of year. We'll take a look ahead at the week to come. We'll do some live gardening. Today we're continuing our focus on irrigation because, as algorithm, as Lorne Michaels and as Dr. Evil would say, you can never underestimate the value of water. Some sort of machinery going off behind me. That's all part of the fun here on Monday mornings. Live gardening to do with irrigation. Give you a little bit of an update on the Renaissance. Haven't talked about it for a week or so. All those things and many more are coming up right here, right now, on Monday Morning Live. Let's kick off with a look back at the week that was. Great week. The kids had a great week at school. Great week at the farmers market. Oh, I want to give a shout out to my friend Matt Werner. He was the busker and musical artist. Actually, busker doesn't do it justice. Musical artist at the farmers market yesterday. Now, he plays acoustic guitar. Very, very cool set list. Right up my alley. Older stuff. He even does this really cool little super groove. What do you call it? Like a mashup? You know, the do-do. I don't do it justice, but he does it way better. Now, he's got a kids show that he calls the Zelos Show. Now, him and his friend, Pat, have developed this book. Now, actually, a series of books. This is book 2. This is called The Floating Pony. Look how colourful it is. Very cool, very imaginative, and you know what I love? I love more than anything things that are creative, and this is most certainly that. The Zelos. Don't forget to catch the Zelos Show at a town near you. I will put a link in the description down below when I post this later on to YouTube, my internationally award-winning channel, YouTube, Benny. I'll post a link and you can help to support my good friend Matt. Speaking of good friends, somebody else has just joined us. Oh, it's my mum. Shout out to mum. Now just quickly, we had a lot of interest this week in supplying joke of the week. Mum, just so you know, don't you get your hopes up. Your joke was very funny, don't get me wrong. But there was another one that just pipped you at the post, so you're in the queue for joke of the week, possibly next week. What else happened last week? Great week at the farm. We're continuing to sort out irrigation, not issues, but addressing our irrigation, because you can never underestimate the value of water, especially at this time of year. It's hot, it's dry, and we're putting in place, we want to kind of automate things as much as we can. You know, it's all very well and good and relaxing to stand around with a hose listening to a podcast or listening to some old episodes of Benny. But we really want to have things so it's all good to go. Push a button, turn a tap, things go. Or do some irrigation as part of our live gardening this morning. Another thing that happened last week, there was a fireworks display just in my front yard. And people from all around town came, and it was a fundraising thing for one of the schools. Great fireworks display. I'll probably have some footage, because you know me, I love to take some footage, up on my YouTube channel, Benny, possibly later on today or even tomorrow. Great week at the farm, great week at the farmers market, fireworks display. Something I'm forgetting. Oh, it was the Macho Man's birthday. The Macho Man, Randy Savage, my favourite professional wrestler of all time. In the week ahead, we'll talk about another very special celebrity birthday. I just managed to knock her over, but we'll get back to that in a second. Right, the week ahead. Should we do the week ahead or should we do live gardening? Live gardening is going to be a tricky one, so I might save it till the end. Let's take a look at the week ahead. There's a spider. There's a spider. That's never happened. That's never happened. Making history. At first, on Monday Morning Live, a spider has decided to join me here on the set of Monday Morning Live. It's only a small one, otherwise I probably would have reacted a little bit more than I did. Right, the week ahead. Last week we celebrated the birthday of the Macho Man, my favourite professional wrestler of all time. This week we celebrate the birthday of the greatest professional wrestling manager of all time, Miss Elizabeth Ann Hewlett, otherwise known as Miss Elizabeth. She was the real life and on-screen wife of the Macho Man Randy Savage. So a shout out to Miss Elizabeth, happy birthday, and let's hope for that long-awaited Hall of Fame induction this year. Right, time's getting away. Let's do some live gardening. Now we're talking irrigation, and we're talking about making life easier. We don't want to stand around with a hose all day, so we're going to try and automate things. I'm going to set up a little drip line into some of our pots. Now I've got pots all around the set here on Monday Morning Live. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a drip line so that all I need to do is turn on the tap, set a timer, and it can just water a whole section of the garden at once. We're using this 4mm tube that we got from Mitre 10. Now this is part of the wetter range. We're also using wetter. These are drippers. Last week I had some spreaders, but it kind of went a bit too broad. The trick is with these, now, as I say, this is Wetter Irrigation Systems. Such a cool name, Wetter. Now, Wetter don't sponsor Monday Morning Live yet. But if you have a look, the key thing here is in the top corner. It shows a little picture of the way the water will spread when these bad boys are hooked up. So let's hook some up and see what happens. We're using our tube, 4mm tube. Now, tip of the week. It's this little thing here. This is a hole punch. Now you might think, yeah, come on, Benny. Anyone can you can use a knife or you can use a drill. Now the good thing with this hole punch, this little thing here. Now get in real close so you can see. There's a little kind of ridge. It's about 4 or 5mm in, so there's a little pointy bit and then a ridge. Now what that ridge does is when you punch the hole, it stops the hole punch from going all the way into the hose. Now I'll show you what I mean. Here's a hose that I somewhat prepared earlier. Now it takes a little bit of force to get the hole punch to go into the hose. And what can happen is as you're forcing it in, and it can actually go all the way through and punch a hole in the bottom of the hose, which we don't want. We only want a hole in the top, and that little ridge stops the hole punch from going all the way in. There's your tip of the week. Shout out to Ruth. Thank you for watching. We're talking irrigation today, Ruth, and we're talking about a hole punch. These are about $4. $4. There's that number 4. Keeps coming back to us, number 4. So the hole punch is good for making a little hole in the hose. And what you do then is you use one of these joiners and you pop it into the hose. Now it's got a ridged side and a what do you call that? A thread side. One with thread. So use the thread side. So that means you can screw it in. Screw it in. You screw it into the hose. You attach a little section of this little black 4mm hose or 4mm tube, and you get it like this. Then we get our dripper. Now this has got a thing that's got a thread on it as well. So you screw that in. But what we'll do, and this is Going to be interesting to see how this pans out. Let's get our Black Beauty courgette. What I've done is I've pre-drilled a couple of holes. One here and one here. The key is obviously use a slightly bigger drill bit than what your hose is. So slightly bigger than a 4mm drill bit. Drill a couple of little holes. And then what you can do is you can feed the tube up through the hole and then attach your dripper. We screw it in like so. It's just so that it's nice and secure. Fascinating viewing, I know, as I screw this in. And what you can do then is you can position it in the pot so that it waters wherever you want. Let's do another one. If we get just past Bray here, and go up through the hole, through the little hole, grab another dripper, and we'll screw it in. Oh, we're running short on time, so I'm going to just do this quickly. Run away. Pop that in there like that. Now, let's get some water. Attach the hose, and we can see the water's coming out of our drippers. Look at that. It actually works. Now you can adjust the flow with a little twist at the end. Now we've got our drippers in irrigating our Black Beauty courgette. There you go. Irrigation made simple here on Monday Morning Live. As a bumblebee joins us. It's another special guest here on the show just to try and scare me even more. I'm going to pop this down. Disconnect the hose. Pop this down. What I'll do is I'll go through as I wet myself, as I, you know what I mean. I'll go around and I'll put my drippers around and I'll attach the hoses. I'll do a little clip later on, maybe today, this afternoon or tomorrow, and I'll show you just how everything goes once all my drippers are connected. What are we forgetting? We've done the week that was, we've done the week ahead, we've done live gardening. Oh, joke of the week. Joke of the week this week comes to you from my good friend Karen. She makes a cameo appearance every now and then these days at the Marlborough Farmers Market. Here's joke of the week, folks. Why does a skunk not have to pay taxes? Because it's only got 1 cent. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Joke of the week thanks to my good friend Karen. I just want to finish off, guys, with something that I've been thinking of a lot this week. Something that I think about a lot at this time of year. I can't tell you what it is. That would be a violation of the code. But I've been approached about doing it again this year. I just don't know. I don't know, man. I spent half the year looking forward to it, telling myself and telling everyone that would listen that I was going to do it, and now I just don't know. It takes a lot out of me. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure if I can do it. I'll get back to you next week. As the guy next door, I think he's doing some weeding, and he's using like a weed whacker. That's the noise you can hear. We don't know if it was applause from people in the neighbourhood, watching over the fence. Yay, Benny! But you can only hope. That's about all the time we have for this week's show. I just want to finish off with a big thank you to my brother. Last week I received a phone call here on Monday Morning Live, and it was my brother. He wanted to sell me his car. I decided to buy it. That's the phone call that we got last week, just so you know. Right, let's wrap it up. I'm Benny Ward. Subscribe if you're on board to my YouTube channel. Internationally award-winning YouTube channel, Benny. Pardon me. Burp there. Anyway, focus. You can see me anytime you want on my YouTube channel. You can see me every Sunday morning at the Marlborough Farmers Market. And I will see you next time in the garden. Are we clear?
We're clear.
We clear, Al?
Yes.
Okay. I need to contact the Moon Man. This is Benny to Seth Mensch. Come in, Seth.
Go for the Moon Man.
Seth, I'm going to need you to come to the garden. We need to talk about Slogger McGundry.